You know the story behind it? It's a BSA?
Right. Which used to make rifles. They used to make rifles. This guy drives it though.
It's got what?
He still uses it. He still drives it.
Oh. But he drives it.
Yeah, he drives it, yeah.
So what year is it? 1915?
Yeah.
And this would strap on it?
I guess.
Wow.
But this is all original.
1915 BSA. Wow, the leather on it's all original?
Look at the chains.
3-speed gear it says on there?
Look at the chain. It's leather.
Oh, wow, the chain is leather pieced together? It's got the rocker and brakes there, shifter on it. Wow, pretty wild. Look at that chain. Leather, oh my gosh.
With the poker show a month back.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. 1915.
What was going on in 1915?
World War One.
World War
Yeah,
I.
World
Exactly.
War One, right?
Young men who owned motorcycles were encouraged to join the army and bring your motorcycle with you. Go bring your motorcycle.
Oh, wow, join and bring your book.
Right.
Wow.
They were immediately promoted to corporal, and
If you had a bike
if you had a bike, yes,
and you
with your-
brought it with
You
you.
bring your bike with you, promoted to corporal, and you were assigned to the engineering division as a dispatch rider. But
Wow.
dispatch riders also had the mission of transporting carrier pigeons to the trenches in the Western Front. That was their main means of communication. They carried them in these baskets strapped to their backs.
So wow.
Carrier-
Oh,
they
the
could-
carrier
they could put
pigeons.
Bring the
24.
pigeons out.
Yeah, right into the battlefield. Wow.
They could carry 24 in the big basket and another 8 in the smaller basket stacked on.
And they used this bike. Wow. So this was in England now we're talking. Yeah, this is all done through England.
There's the entire history of this bike back to the first owner. I've got every owner of it.
Oh,
and
wow.
their address. It's a registration book. They didn't start registering motorcycles in England until 1920. I've got it back to 1920.
Wow.
Correspondence from the factory. Here's the contract they would sign to join the army.
Oh, you
That's
even
how
have
they
it.
went to war.
Wow, that's how they went to war. Look at that. Bring your bike and join the army. Wow. And then they would take pigeons out to the front. Wow, that's pretty wild.
That's insane. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been a biker all my life, and I can't wrap my arms around this. Okay.
Well, again, it was a war situation, so
But look at the bike. Look at the terrain they had to drive.
yeah, I
No
know.
road.
No,
I know. Look at that. Just run through the fields and whatever. Yeah. Wow.
Dispatch riders.
Wow.
They had to maintain their own motorcycles.
That's a great picture.
Yep.
Jeez. Unbelievable. So how did you find this, or how'd you get into
I
it?
was looking for a British flat tank motorcycle.
Okay,
World
British
War I.
flat tank is a special certain years?
Well, World War I vintage. These
Okay.
flat tanks went up to about the mid-20s.
Okay, they called them flat
Preferably
tanks.
World War I, but
Right.
Anyway, this is called a flat tank.
Okay.
So, found this online at a classic motorcycle dealer in England.
In England. So
In
you-
England,
wow.
so I
so you got
contacted
this.
them, and they sent me videos of it running and being ridden, and corresponded back and forth a little bit, and I finally made them an offer on it, and they accepted it.
Wow.
So they arranged the crating and the freight, and about 6 months later, Customs finally turned it over to me in Miami.
Wow. Really nice, George. Really nice.
That was all last year.
Really
I bought
nice.
it in January, and I took possession of it in the middle of May.
Wow.
I rode it in here. It runs.
Yeah, you said you'd ride it, yeah.
I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to restore it.
Do you have a uniform you wear too with it, or no?
I'm looking at buying one right now.
Yeah,
but I
that would be
haven't yet.
sharp. That would be sharp.
Yes, but it's so freaking.
Oh, yeah, now, yeah.
And how do you start this? Mike, he rides.
Yeah.
Explain how you start this.
All right. Well, it's got a primer in here.
Okay,
You turn on the fuel to the float bowl. That's off right now.
right,
You open this, which drips fuel into the top of the cylinder,
okay.
and you dribble a little bit of fuel down in there
Oh,
into that primer
jeez.
cup.
Dribble, dribble, dribble.
Dribbles a little fuel into it. That's your choke. That's your primer.
Wow.
Okay. You give the oil pump a couple of pumps.
Couple of pumps, all right.
And then set the drip here. You can see it dripping through the sight glass. This is how you pressure. The front half of this tank is oil. The back is petrol.
And then it mixes. Yeah.
No, it doesn't mix. No.
it's a separate oiler.
This drips onto the crankshaft.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually
From
see
the-
it dripping.
You pump it.
Yeah, I understand. Just from here.
Just
Just
you
from.
set the flow with this.
It's just
when you
that
see
you
it
watch it drips, drip, drip.
Wow.
Okay, you set your choke and your fuel mixture here.
Choke and fuel mixtures here. You turn these, or slide them out.
This is the spark advance
Jeez.
for the magneto. So you hold this about halfway.
Okay.
You open the decompression here and start the kick. Oh, it's got to be in first gear. Right now it's in neutral. Put it in first gear with the clutch engaged. Start the kick, and halfway through the kick, you release the compression release, and that allows you to complete the kick.
All
Otherwise,
right.
you can't kick it.
One more time without stopping. So you get on the bike. I put it in first gear. I want to get it started. Here we go. Go ahead. Just go through it.
You put it up. You get on the bike.
On the bike. First gear. It's got to be in first
Gotta be in
gear.
First gear.
Right.
You have the clutch engaged,
Right.
and the clutch is a heel toe. There's not spring loaded.
Okay.
Clutch is engaged right now with the heel.
Okay.
You set the fuel in the choke.
Set the fuel in the choke.
You pull back on the spark advance to about halfway where I've got it with my palm.
Right.
You open the compression relief, which
Okay.
opens the exhaust valve,
Right.
and then you start the kick. And halfway through the kick, you release the
Halfway
compression
through the kick.
release, and that allows the engine to start
Woo!
turning over.
How long did that take you to get down where you're not thinking about it?
I have to think every second I'm on this.
Wow.
There's nothing that comes natural.
Yeah.
That is really wild. Isn't that wild? That is really wild story. That is really.
And then
The
this is
heel
on-
toe
this is on
clutch.
the stand. Once it's started, you let it settle down, and then you disengage the clutch.
Okay.
Roll it off the stand, lock the stand, then you get back on the bike, give it a little throttle, and you can start engaging the clutch to go.
Wow. Now, it doesn't sound too bad, except for in a war situation.
But you have to get out of it fast. Hang on.
Wow, yeah. Hold everything.
I just can't get my arms around it.
No, I can understand his frustration with understanding that, how that worked.
If they ever got down to just muscle memory with their hand move, then it would just made a flow.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Flow.
Oh, yeah, I would
But
think.
that takes.
That was when men were men and didn't have to be told which bathroom to use.
Yeah, oh, yeah, right.
It was pretty obvious. Yeah.
Well, George, thank you for your time, and it was a nice story. Thanks for bringing it out. Yeah, thanks for bringing it out, really. Be nice if you started. We got to try to be here when he starts it later.
He's been riding all his life since he was a young kid.
I'll tell you.